Back on Turks, there's a meteorologist that was working in Louisiana, and apparently she was getting these comments online that were a little bit ridiculous. In fact, here, let me read you one of them. They said, the black lady that does the news is a very nice lady. The only thing is she needs to wear a wig or grow some more hair. I'm not sure if she's a cancer patient, but it's still not something myself that I think looks good on TV. Now, why we would care about what you think is an interesting question, but apparently everybody has to pass this hair test. Now, here's a picture of Rhonda Lee. There's, of course, nothing wrong with her. That's how she wears her hair. And she wrote back, "Hello, Emmett. I'm the black lady to which you were referring. I'm sorry you don't like my ethnic hair. And no, I don't have cancer. I'm a non-smoking, 5'3", 121-pound, 25-mile-a-week running, 37-and-a-half-year-old woman, and I'm in perfectly healthy physical condition." So that makes sense. And then she went on to say, "For your edification, traditionally, our hair doesn't grow downward, it grows upward. Many black women use strong straightening agents in order to achieve a more European grade of hair, or that is their choice. However, in my case, I don't find it necessary. I'm very proud of who I am and the standard of beauty that I display." So, obviously, outrageous. How could she have possibly done that? This caused concern by her employer. I'm still trying to find out what's wrong with those statements. I can't figure it out. And then this Emmett character writes in on another racial issue. They do this Smiles program there, the 3-minute smile where they give away a shopping spree for kids. And he writes in and says, "Am I the only one that has noticed that this year all the kids, let's say, are people of color?" And then Rhonda writes back, very understandably, "I'm not sure I understand your comment. What are you trying to say?" I think, again, a very fair question. But apparently her station, KTBS TV, did not agree. They fired her. And every time I read this story, I'm like, really? When I get to that point, I know it's coming, but I'm like, really? They fired her over that? It's amazing to me. They say that they put out a statement back on August 30th that said, "If harsh viewer comments are posted on station's official website, there's a specific procedure to follow. Rhonda Lee was not dismissed for her appearance or defending her appearance. She was fired for continuing to violate company procedure." Well, lucky for us, we have Rhonda Lee with us right now. She's on Skype, and we're going to talk to her about whether that's true or not. Rhonda, great to have you here.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
All right, now they say that they gave you the policy and that you didn't follow it. Is that true?
Not at all, in the very least. Typically, policies have specific rules and perhaps even consequences, definitions of what is or what isn't or what constitutes what have you. There is nothing of the sort, not in my policy handbook anyway. And as far as the email goes, it says generally if people are not happy with, for whatever reason, unhappy, just upset for whatever reason, then to contact them. But I honestly did not see that viewer as being upset with anything. It was his opinion. It was just a simple comment, and I addressed it as such. So to kind of peg it as an instance where I disobeyed any rules, I don't at all see it like that. And as far as being repeatedly told to do this, the first message, the one regarding my hair, I brought that to management's attention in the first place. I wrote them a note, gave them a screen grab to my news director that said at the bottom of it, sometimes some of our comments are beginning to just get straight up racist, and I included that particular post as an example, and I offered to help form a policy of some kind, and perhaps maybe we could start blocking some of the more offensive Facebook posts on there, and maybe help to maintain a good educational forum in which we can have a civil discourse, I believe is the phrase that I used. And I never heard a reply back. But however, I was asked up to the GM's office shortly thereafter and told, "Well, Rhonda, frankly, if you get messages like this, you should just thank them for watching," was what I was told by our general manager. Wow. And let management know if there is an instance. And I can honestly say, like I said, I didn't find it to be controversial. They did say if there's anything controversial to let them know. But right. In my case, I didn't find it to be controversial, nor did I find the one about the 3-minute smile for the young kids controversial at all either. I mean, sometimes it's one of those, I don't find racial issues to be controversial. If we could just start talking about them openly, we might not have to worry about these kind of comments popping up anymore at all.
All right, Rhonda, let's keep it real. What do you think actually happened? Why do you think they really fired you?
I really honestly feel that they didn't want me to post. I mean, I don't have any reason to believe anything else. During my termination, I asked, wasn't I an exemplary employee? And my boss said yes. I said, so I haven't done anything else wrong. It's just the posts. And he said yes. And they maintained that same stance when I went in to plead for my case just last week, last Friday. I asked again, number one, to see the policy, and they said there wasn't one. They had absolutely nothing to show me. So that's why when this mystery paper showed up on Monday out of the blue, I was rather surprised, because I asked for something in my hand or for them to point something to me twice.
Do you think that they're worried about their audience, in the sense that, like, if a lot of the audience does feel that way, right or wrong, we don't want to alienate them?
I do feel that they don't want to trample on anyone's freedom of speech, and I'm all for that as long as it is civil. And I feel that the station has some kind of responsibility to protect their employees, if nothing else, and to also just maintain a civil discourse. I don't think there's anything wrong with taking hurtful comments off of their website. And one thing that I did mention to my boss during the second meeting that we had, which was for the 3-minute smile remark, was that if we don't take these comments off, we condone them. That's just paramount to saying it's okay to talk badly about black kids, or in my personal case with my hair, it's okay to talk badly about our reporters for things that they can't change about themselves. Not that I want to change being black or my hair, but
Right.
to me, I told them, I really feel that this condones if we don't do something about it.
Rhonda, if they asked you to come back, would you come back?
I would consider it. I would definitely consider it. I love Shreveport. I love my coworkers. I had absolutely no reason to be unhappy at the station, and that's why my termination was also such a huge surprise. And it was hurtful to me. I will say that it was hurtful to have to leave that job that I loved.
Of course. Anytime you get fired for what appears to be incredibly poor reasons, it's hurtful, no question. Rhonda Lee, thank you so much for joining us on the Young Turks. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right. Now, when we come back.